Here's an old term. Action turns knowledge into wisdom. And the fires of creation is that process of action turning knowledge into wisdom. We all know, but until we do, it's not the experience and the understanding of the experience that it takes to understand it. An experiential situation is really what it is.
It's not about what you do and all of the things you create or don't create. It is truly about lifetime to lifetime endurance and gaining joy and happiness out of it. It's not about success. It is just about joy, happiness, and love.
Have you been finding yourself stuck in a rut, unable to launch your new projects, not getting the experiences you're looking out of your spiritual experiences? You're trying to start a business and running into troubles? I have special coaching sessions for you. Spiritual readings, Akashic Records, healings, all those are available to you. I invite you to come and look at the different journeys that I've done in the live shows that I've done. I'm inviting you all to come on the journey, expand your life, expand your willpower, learn more about sovereignty. We also have the Living the Mystical Life monthly membership. It's a new relaunch of the system where you get all of our live webinars and get access to our Discord server for our live shows. Go to the website, andrewbartzis.com, for more information. Come and join our community, inviting you all to come on this journey as we expand to the universe of the Great Awakening. Welcome, everybody, to another adventure into reality. I am your host, Andrew Bartzis, the Galactic Historian. Today is a live call-in show. If you'd like to be a part of today's show, just go to the chat room and look for the link to get in, or go to the show description. We will be talking about anything and everything. A reminder, we have a live event coming up August 9th through the 12th in Amity, Oregon. If you want to come and be a part of the community, learn Living the Mystical Life daily and Living the Mystical Life nightly. Get on that journey of spirituality and command your life to be powerful. Come and join us August 9th through the 12th. And if you'd like to have private sessions with me, you can go to my website, andrewbartzis.com. We have a special coming now. The new next mentorship is coming out, which will begin in the third week of September. And Joel, we've got a bunch of callers already. Let's go to Jonah J. Jonah, signal to unmute.
There we go. Okay, yeah. Hi there. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Yeah, so we've talked before a while ago. I don't remember the exact dates or episodes, but yeah.
What did we talk about?
Well, a couple of things. One thing that was pretty memorable, you did my Galactic history at one point, or at least a little bit of it. But one of the things that was memorable is you roasted me for failure to launch and told me to do an art myself. And told me to do an art career, make some big art, which I did a little bit of. Thought that maybe I should do cooking or learn a musical instrument. And but the biggest thing since then, I've gotten another job in the Mojave Desert of all places.
Doing what?
It's a position they call biological monitor, and basically I'm helping to protect the Mojave Desert tortoise from being hurt while they do construction on a big power line that's here.
Okay.
So ethically, it seems cool. It's a lot better earning than I've ever, than other jobs that I've had. But it's kind of kicking my ass for the heat and just the getting used to it all and transitioning. So I'm opting to take off a month and a half, which is the highest heat here in the Las Vegas area, and go back to Washington during that time with the idea of returning later when it's starting to cool down.
All right. Are you familiar with neck air conditioners? They're on Amazon, neck coolers.
Kind of like towels or ice things that you can wear
No,
around your
there's an
neck.
actual machine that blows air over your neck. And they're special ice ones that you can keep refreezing and refreezing. And even when they're not frozen, they're still wicking significant amounts of heat off of your body.
Okay.
I would highly look here. And then there's these other things that are neck air conditioners. Like
Okay.
they've got like fans that are built into them, and they keep the air moving over your neck and your shoulders. And like there's a lot of other things like people who work roadside construction that have invented over the last 2 decades all these little gadgets. And if you know you're going to have an extended journey with the heat, it's worthwhile investing the 30 or 25 bucks or 35 bucks, whatever it is, for those devices, and having a variety of them, and then making sure when you go into work you've got some frozen ice packs too, to keep your stuff cool and going, because climatizing to the heat isn't exactly hard. It's all understanding what you're layering. Are you protected from the wind? Are you in direct sun? There's a reason that the Bedouins were learned how to survive in the desert. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have to
Mm-hmm.
wear a uniform?
Just like a safety vest, and then I've got
Okay.
like an REI kind of pullover type thing.
Okay. So if maybe it's worthwhile for you to go look at some of those desert clothing that they have too for the military too. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Mhm.
Right. Um, Clothing. I'm
So
taking
do
notes.
you feel like you've been able to launch yet, or are you still in failure to launch mode?
Well, I hope I'm not in failure to launch mode. Um, I think it's been a significant stepping out and doing things.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah.
have you started the job yet?
Yes, it's been a month. It's been a
Been a
month
month.
and
Okay.
or more of the job.
Okay. Do people take off during the height of the heat? Is that kind of normal or what?
I think so. There's a number of people, and it seems like there's a number of people. I'm young 40s, and it seems like there's a number of people that are a little bit younger than me, well, and older too, but a number that are younger that are kind of fresher out of college
Uh-huh.
with biological degrees and so forth,
Uh-huh.
and a number of them take off for various reasons,
Okay.
whether it's the heat or other time.
Uh-huh. Do you have to live out there?
Well, I have to live near enough to commute, so I'm renting a place in Northwest Vegas.
Okay. How long of a drive is it for you?
There's different locations, but it's anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes
Oh,
each
that's not
way.
bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, make sure you have a car with good air conditioner and water.
Right.
Okay. At this point, it's just adapting, learning to adapt and climatizing yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
At least it's not high humidity.
Right.
Okay. Would you
Right.
rather it be like 105 or 107 with 100% humidity?
I don't think so. I
No.
could barely breathe when I was in those
Yeah.
conditions.
Yeah. We've just had half of our summers been in the 100-degree weather with 100% humidity.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
It
I
is
mean, I
not
don't
easy
know.
to get used to.
No. I'm not too sure exactly what to ask to kind of get things rolling along, but I could tell that I was in some emotional distress or I don't know. It's hard to, I keep getting that message that I can only really take care of myself and I can build the life that I want to live and that I can,
What
be
is
more
the life?
self-empowered.
What is the life that you want to live? What does it look like?
I'm not sure exactly. I mean, certainly all the things about just being more self-empowered, maybe the vibe at least of eco villages. I don't know if I'd really want to live in one,
Yeah,
but
but the whole point is understanding practice is what is a part of what makes that spiritual connection you were just talking about. Living in that
mhm,
balance, you need to have a
mhm.
practice. Do you have a practice?
I'm doing some of the breathing practices for the Art of Living
Okay.
Foundation, and I'm doing my best to meditate, though I find that I do art
Okay.
or walking or some other things,
Yeah.
you know.
So here's my advice. I
Okay.
talk about my effort scale. 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week is C plus effort. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week is B plus effort. 90 minutes a day, 6 days a week is A plus effort. And you measure effort monthly. You don't measure it daily or weekly. Okay. And that means
Hmm.
you got to be willing. All right, Monday, I can try a meditation. Tuesday, I'm going to do something different. Wednesday, I'm going to do a contract revocation. Thursday, I'm going to go and do a walk and try to do a walking meditation. Friday, I might do breathing exercises. You need to give yourself variety first. Okay? When you stick with just one or two practices, they can become chores very fast, and you're really not getting the joy of practice behind it. That's such a big and vital part about picking up a daily practice that becomes part of your everyday living until it's not about a choice doing it anymore. It's just the muscle memory goes to do it because it's the right time to do it because it feels good. So you can pick from hundreds of modalities that you've learned from. Just make a list of different types of practices, okay? And try to say walks in the park are not really good enough for a daily something that's a daily practice, unless it's something like a significant like multi-mile hike. If it's just out for a half hour at a time, pick something else to make that your practice, or do breathing exercises while you're walking to say that, so you can honestly say during that time I actually did a practice. Okay. So get yourself to C+ level first. Believe it or not, C+ is actually very hard for people to maintain because it means they've got to work on a schedule. You've actually got to look at your calendar, your schedule, and go, all right, at 5 o'clock, I'm on my way home. I could put a contract revocation in the car and listen to it several times and try to repeat after it. Okay. If you want to use your commute, or find yourself, you're all by yourself in the middle of nowhere waiting for somebody, you could do a revocation there right off of your phone. Or you can do a prayer process, because revocations can be very different than prayer, even though they're a form of prayer also. Learning to incorporate prayer into part of your multidimensional practice, meaning you have a variety of tools to use them, and prayer is just one of those tools. Okay? And then when you're at home, try once a month or once every 3 months to do a fire ceremony. Okay, that puts you on a cycle of saying, all right, every 3 months I'm going to test myself, and I'm going to put all of my effort, all of my energy, all of my energy that's saying I can do this into it, and then following through with it. Okay?
One thing that I did. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
One thing that I did, I was connected to the Native American church for a while. Kind of the Suquamish is the local tribe, and that really helped out. I haven't done that for some time, or I've been praying with the medicine by not putting it in my body, and just doing my best. But I did have a sweat lodge for myself before going out to this job, and I may do one coming back. I don't always know how to relate to it being having European blood this lifetime or whatever.
Well,
and there's
a sweat is all about 4 rounds of prayer: north, south, east, and west. Okay?
Right.
And if you're not praying when you're a sweat lodge, you're really not getting the effect. Everybody's in their own individual prayer, except for when the shaman is leading the beginning of the round. Now, every shaman does it a little bit different. There's these moments where everyone can have their own thing, depending on how many people. I've been in sweat lodges where as many as 40 people in the tent, and each one of us during the rounds, all 40 people are in their individual prayer process, and it's this beautiful cacophony and synchronistics of prayers. But it's about blocking them out, focusing on the stones, the grandfather stones, bringing in that steam inside you and purging out the negative.
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole point of the sweat lodge is to go through a purifying process of prayer. You can enter the purity process without prayer, but it will only be amplified with prayer. And prayer comes in, again, many, many, many different forms. So if you're going to end up doing sweat lodges, at all or on a regular basis, you've got to develop the prayer process. And it's not just praying for a good future. It can be also telling the universe you exist. Okay? And creating a relationship with it.
Yeah. I don't know if you have any other particular I don't have guiding questions. I wasn't too sure what to ask, and I don't
Well, I have a
always.
few things I can ask. Are you in a relationship?
Not currently, no romantic, sexual, except for I've been dating a little bit, and so
Uh,
kind of going out on some dates with people.
when's the last time you were in a relationship?
Um, well, short-lived relationship with dating,
Uh,
but before that, it's been years, probably.
uh, why so long?
Um, I don't know, living in a bit of a rural environment, maybe some
Uh,
emotional, difficulty on my own with
uh,
how to work through my stuff or connect to people.
uh. So in your dating scenario now, are you finding it hard to communicate to them, or is it just lower quality people you're finding?
Um, well, one thing is, I'm male. I was opening up to the idea that maybe I could be attracted to males or not. So I
Hmm.
was kind of kept w working with that idea. And I think that really I'd want a long-term relationship with a female. But um, anyway, that was just something. So I've been in contact with some guys as well.
Hmm.
Um, and sorry, what was the thrust of the questions or things
Why,
you were
why,
asking?
why, why had it been so long ultimately? And that do
Oh,
you find communicating in the dating scenario difficult?
I can find it difficult. Sometimes I try to have fun with things, like I bring art supplies or
Uh,
just go do something that go out on a park or went to the museum and other things. But do I find it difficult? It kind of depends on the person. I mean, sometimes if there's more of a natural click, it's easier, but a lot of people I feel like are maybe a little bit too worldly or something for me
uh-huh.
to want to relate too much or find it
Yeah.
easy.
So my advice for you is you need to make a new spirit guide, and it's got to be called a muggle. You know what
Okay.
that word means?
You like the
Yeah.
non-magical people? Yeah.
Yes, you need a muggle spirit guide.
Okay.
Okay? You need to learn to communicate with people of all shapes and all frequencies and all sizes, including the muggles.
Okay.
Okay? You need to become a muggle whisperer. Okay?
Okay.
It will only amplify your journey. It will it will tell the universe you are open to options and you're not limiting the options the universe is sending to you. Okay? You may
Okay.
run across a person that ultimately is right for you, but they may need their growth phases. And if the two of you go through the right growth phases, it might be the right thing for you, man or woman.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Now, as for the curiosity of other sexuality, do you find men attractive?
I can. I typically visually and
Okay.
whatever find women more attractive more of the time,
Okay.
but energetically, when I'm with a guy, I can want to cuddle or maybe I don't know. I can have some sexual attraction too. I
Okay.
This is funny. I have a friend, and we kind of thought that maybe I'm 70% attracted to females, 30% attracted to males, if
Mm-hmm.
that's a real breakdown.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had rear end intercourse with a woman?
With a
Butt sex?
woman,
Butt sex
no,
with a woman?
no.
That's something you're going to have to really want to have a good understanding of before you go into the other journey. There are some people that are instantly grossed out to it. They can never get over it. There are others that just love the shit out of it. And there's a preparation journey you got to learn about if that's what your partner's and you are going to do.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. And for men, when they take it in there, there is a particular G spot that is extremely potent and powerful as an orgasmic release. That's the truth of it. Okay.
hmm,
So, if you're gonna look at it reality, the reality of can I handle that potential mess or misunderstanding of a mess? Okay. Do I really know what
yeah,
I'm doing? Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm concerned about higher risk, like men who have sex with other men are some of the highest
But
risk for.
listen, the reality is the body count on women and the body count on gay men is so high now. In the 80s had nowhere near the body count that people are getting now.
Huh.
Okay. In the 80s, the super partiers maybe had a body count of 30, 40, maybe 50. Now we're looking at body counts of 400, 500, 1,000 by the time they're 22.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Hmm.
Right. So the risk is ultimately going to be to just use protection.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just use protection.
Okay.
Okay. It's not going to matter if it's man or woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not going to matter.
Okay. Okay.
Now, you were asking me, before what are some of the other things that I see? Okay. How are you
Yeah.
financially right now?
So this job, they invoice once a month, and so I just invoice, and then it'll take 45 days to get paid.
Uh-huh.
Um, I put up basically the money that I had, a few $1,000s to get all the supplies and get going and everything.
Uh-huh.
And then I probably borrowed another 2,000 from family.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I just invoiced for 15,000, but apparently 30% of that goes to taxes.
Okay. But you'll have significant more in 45 days. Okay.
Well,
What
I
are you
have
going to
that
do?
15,000
Yeah.
and
What are you
some.
going to do? What are you going to do with it?
Well, hopefully save it again for the taxes, and then also just whatever other supplies or ongoing costs. It seemed like when I was renting a vehicle and so forth, it was costing me $6,000 a month just to be here and do the job with
Uh-huh.
all the food and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that I'm staying afloat and then keep saving up the money.
Thus,
Eventually, I guess.
thus, you have to invest into things that can lower that cost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right. Which might be a vehicle when yeah, for
Yeah.
example.
It will be a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead if you had more questions too. I'm not sure what
Budgeting.
the.
What? How have you been at budgeting during your life?
I think fairly good. I've just tended to be frugal, and just
Okay.
get things when I felt like
Mm-hmm.
it's important to.
Mm-hmm. You're at a point where frugal will hurt you and cost you more because of
Oh,
the
okay.
nature and remoteness of your job and the unexpected expenses that can come from it. Okay.
Okay.
That's why they're paying so much. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Because they don't want your unexpected expenses to make it a negative for you to be able to work for them. Okay.
Right. Right.
Okay. And the job has an end date, doesn't it? It's not permanent.
Well, it could go on. It's slated to go on for 8 years, which means it probably goes on for 16 years. And there's a lot of jobs that have a similar, if I become a desert tortoise monitor or something
Okay.
similar, there's
Okay.
other projects.
Okay. So there's other projects, but we're also at a time where government's cutting funding for absolutely everything.
Yeah. And if they got the Environmental Species Act, then maybe it
Right.
goes.
Thus, invest into the things that you know ultimately you can reuse for another day. Invest into the right set of high quality, breathable with desert clothing, desert
Hmm.
boots, at least multiple pairs of them. Or get the shoe inserts to make your life easy. Find a vehicle that doesn't have to be new. It's something that just gets you to and from the job. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Learn to cook for yourself and be able to bring meals with you. Make sure your vehicle, wherever you're going, always got a cooler in there. They now sell
Hmm.
coolers that plug into your power cord, your lighter adapter, so you could keep stuff ice cold if you wanted to.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically, all the stuff that truck drivers would use would apply to you. Even
Okay.
little mini refrigerators and coolers and the whole nine yards. Okay.
Right.
You could also look at investing in, those campers meals that are pre-made where you just add water to. Okay. They
Okay.
sell them that they're organic, that there's very little preservatives in them. They just go through a dehydration process. Okay. And
Okay.
those generally come out to $6 to $9 a meal, sometimes cheaper if you buy them in bulk. Okay. You don't need to eat
Okay.
them every day, but if you bring two of or you always have 4 or 5 of them in your car, all right, I don't need to buy something now. I don't know how your food is on work if you have places to go or you're always in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you always,
Pretty much
you always, go ahead.
it's pretty much I had like a half-size cooler, and then I was just packing that for the day.
Yeah.
In Amargosa, one of the gas stations, there is an Indian restaurant, and I got
Okay.
East Indian food occasionally. But
Hmm.
yeah, but basically the first week I just lived off of sandwiches, and then I got myself a rice cooker and
Okay.
do rice and lentils and vegetables in that.
Good. And there are other things that you can do that can plug up, again, camping type stuff that you can instant meal yourself. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
look, just go on Amazon and look for those, or onto YouTube. And then, like I told you about those neck air conditioners and all the other desert survival equipment, those might apply to you. Don't be
right,
frugal about buying and experimenting on them, because if this job turns into truly being an 8-year job, that's good money. That's lots of
right,
exercise. That's desert spirit of the desert.
right.
How long before something supernatural pops upon your ass? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
yeah.
worthwhile to spend $100 and get the same cameras that cops have, those vest cams, body
Oh, uh-huh.
cameras. You can
Yeah.
get those for about $90 now.
Okay.
Okay.
For which purpose or
Just
for
in case you run across something fucked up out in the middle of the desert of nowhere.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And it's something you could use to report back to your boss. Yeah, here's this turtle. Okay.
Yeah.
Or have you know about the floating rocks of the desert?
Oh, I've heard just a little they travel
Yeah, they
across.
travel. That's not just one part of the desert; it's all over the desert. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it would be
Yeah.
worthwhile for you to look into some of the more supernatural things that are there. Okay,
Hmm.
or this is where you can start learning to make offerings to the land. Always have a
Mm.
little pouch of tobacco with you, and if you find a place that the energy seems special to you, give an ancestral offering.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They have right. They have tribal monitors. I spoke to one briefly.
Uh-huh.
Because they're doing digging to put up these towers, and they want to make sure they're
Yeah,
not digging up artifacts and stuff.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but that's interesting. I wasn't too sure because again, I'd rather things that are directly related to self-realization, self-enlightenment, but it seems like I hear you saying I have to find ways of doing that within the job, within the form of the job. And
What better place in the middle of nowhere desert with no one influencing you for you to have a spiritual practice?
mhm,
Okay, you got to see it as an opportunity that's more than just the job.
mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
here's where everything, for whatever reason, the universe has given you this job in the middle of the desert. Okay, called Death Valley, the hottest place on the United States.
Right,
Okay,
Mojave Desert. Yeah.
exactly. Okay, Mojave Desert. Okay, you learn
Yeah,
to adapt there, and you're able to learn how to be. I mean, if the people from the 1900s, 1800s, and 1700s can do it, you can do it. Okay, and they had
right,
nothing. They had horse and wagon. Okay,
right.
okay, you can learn about a lot about tracking animals
Okay,
in the desert. Okay, you
okay.
just start watching tracking videos and say, "All right, let my eyes be open as I'm here now." And then you'll run across, illegal dig sites or illegal mining camps from the 1950s or the 1940s when they're looking for silver.
Right,
Okay? You're going to see stuff like that just going to appear all over as you start figuring out what your roaming zone is, where the spots that you go and look for.
right,
Okay?
right, right.
Mm-hmm. Do they give you an ATV to ride around on, or a vehicle?
Uh, no, we had to provide our own vehicles.
Wow. So are you on dirt roads a lot?
Well, they're unimproved. Yeah, they're kind of like dirt and rock, whatever
Yeah.
the terrain out there is.
Yeah, 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 yeah. This might be worthwhile for you to invest into a small truck with an ATV.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like driving around in an ATV half a day for your job?
Um, all terrain vehicle, just a
Yeah, a little
little.
four by four. Yeah. They're dirt cheap right now. Everybody's going bankrupt right now and selling them. You could get like a 6 or 7,000 ATV for $1,200 now.
Wow.
Okay.
I haven't seen anybody use them. I don't know if there's a reason they wanted all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, and they wanted medium to high clearance. I don't know if that,
Right. Because you're going to run into parts of the roads where they're completely washed out.
yeah, or there's a lot of what they call moon dust, like a
Yep.
lot of powder.
So just ask them about if I had a truck with a lift on it, can I get an ATV to ride around on?
Okay,
Okay. Just all you got to do is ask. Okay.
right,
I'm sure you're not the first person to ask. Or a little,
right,
little dirt bike too. Okay. Get
right.
yourself a trail rider dirt bike. Okay. Get one of those big poles on it that's got a flag on it so everybody can see you from far away.
Yeah,
And that's your steel horse or donkey. Okay. Now you're a cowboy,
right,
a modern cowboy. Okay.
right.
There's
Yeah.
so many new ways to see this journey for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, brother. I got to let you go. I got to get to some other callers.
Okay, I appreciate that, Andrew.
All right. Good talking
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, you
All right.
too.
Yeah. Let's say, Caroline, you got your hand raised up. Signal to unmute. Caroline, are you there? Give you a signal to unmute.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going today?
Hello, hello.
Well, what's new with you?
I'm all right. Very busy, just trying to stay in balance and maintain the peace. I get pulled in a lot of different directions because of my obligations. I'm a divorced mom, and I've got a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old, and they're both on the spectrum. My 15-year-old is severe.
Uh-huh.
And starting a few years ago, the seizures started.
Uh-huh.
And before the seizures, we would go outside a lot. We would go walking in parks.
Uh-huh.
He loved to swim. He
Uh-huh.
was very strong, loved being outdoors.
Uh-huh.
And when the seizures started, now basically for the last 2 years, he just wants to hide in his room, lay in his bed under the covers,
Uh-huh.
and listen to music. And I'm kind of torn because the music seems to bring him peace, but I don't
Uh-huh.
want him to perseverate and be
Uh-huh.
so dependent on screens.
All right. What kind of seizures is he having?
Well, I was there. I was present for two of them.
Uh-huh.
Grand mal seizures, turned blue, looked like he wasn't breathing, and he needed medication to come back.
Okay. And what have the doctors said about these seizures? Do they have him on anti-seizure medication?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And how
Yes.
often does he have seizures now when he's on the medication?
The last one he had on the medication was this past March, so they increased his medication.
Okay. So how long has he been on the medication?
He's been on the medication for, I believe, 2 years now.
So how many seizures in 2 years while he was on the medication has he had?
He's had 3 total.
In 2 years.
Correct.
Okay.
He never had them before that, at least not that we saw.
Okay. What's his diet like?
It used to be very clean and kind of strict because I had a lot of control over what he was eating. I was getting him to avoid things that can be problematic, gluten, dairy, organic. But since things have gotten a little bit more challenging in the last 5 years, not to argue for limitations, but just to keep him eating protein. And I wasn't getting a lot of support from other people. Like, I would keep him on a clean diet, but then this relative would sneak him foods he shouldn't have, and teachers were giving him treats as rewards.
Yeah,
And
that's just life, though.
Yeah, and after so many years of that, I just kind of gave up.
Okay.
I gave up, And because I did, the diet got more and more limited.
Okay. So my first piece of advice is you've got to attempt to take control back of the diet without making it look like you're taking control of the diet.
Mm-hmm.
As a mother, it's very easy for you to come off as a condescending mother about food, and you don't do it intentionally. Okay. You're going to have to figure out how to eat some crow when it comes to him of getting him to eat meals. Okay. Does he eat inside his room or does he eat meals at the table with you?
In his room.
Okay. That's the first thing. Come out and have dinner with me. Come out and
Okay.
have lunch with me. You can go back and do whatever you're gonna do. Don't invade his room other than when it gets dirty as hell. Okay. Okay. And that's where you're gonna start. And it's not about asking him what he wants. You just make it that. And you go, hey, part of your medication is you have to have this amount of food in your stomach before you eat it. It's very important that that starts going on. Okay. So there
He's
are ways. Go ahead.
he's not conversation. We've never had a conversation. I believe he's there. I believe he's there and highly
No,
intelligent.
just being present at the table is a change for him because there's always a psychic conversation going on between the two of you. Okay. When you break him out of his cycle, okay, and you have him at the table, you can still talk to him, even whether he doesn't matter if he says anything back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the narrative you've got to work with him. Okay.
Okay.
He does hear things. It's a matter, does he retain it? He's still a teenager, autistic or not. They're going to
Yeah.
be ornery. They're
Oh,
going
yeah.
to be hormonal. Okay. So you still have to treat it as normal as possible so he gets out and doesn't lose all of whatever unique social skills he has with you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the next thing is diet is going to be very important. Okay. Is he in any kind of schooling at all? Is that homeschooling? What are you doing with him?
Yeah. When Dad moved out, he became incontinent. He has a kidney stone.
Uh-huh.
And when Dad moved out, his environment was radically changed, and he became incontinent. So his regular school, they didn't want to deal with that. So he got
Okay.
sent to a different school for kids with special needs.
Uh-huh.
It's basically all I have. It's right. It seems to be the only option right now is to have him continue to go there. But
Is the other child nonverbal too?
no, the other child is verbal, and my other child is a whole different issue. He is having suicidal ideation, depression, anxiety. They both have ADHD, and it's very difficult to have them both in the same space at the same time.
Yeah,
They
all
trigger
feed off
each
of
other.
Yeah, they feed off each other and trigger each other.
They trigger each other all the time. I had to have them both in the car, and after an hour of that, because I just had to go one place and come back, an hour of that, my energy was just completely drained just being peacemaker, peacekeeper.
Okay. So the child that is suicidal, how old is that child?
13.
Does he have a psychologist or a therapist?
Yeah, I just put him in. I just started him on an outpatient program where he's for 9 weeks. He's going to be doing group counseling and one-on-one counseling. I'm having trouble with cooperation with Dad because things will be scheduled. But when he has his visitation time, we're just getting started. But as of right now, it's Dad's not really helping with that. Like he missed his orientation because Dad didn't want to do it.
All right. And then what are you doing to take care of yourself? Nothing?
Well, self-care. I exercise every day. I try to get at least 100 grams of protein in my body every day. I supplement. I get out.
Okay, hold on one second. Are you at 100 grams of protein and doing weight training?
Yes.
Okay. And how effective is the weight training for you?
It's helped me a lot. The last seizure my son had, his head was hitting the wall repeatedly very hard. And when I tried to pull him away from the wall, he's 15, he's big and strong, I couldn't pull him away from the wall. So I started lifting again. So I've got my strength back.
Mhm.
And I think I'm at the point where I might start being able to jog again.
Okay.
I know I called you I think I called you about 3-4 years ago, and I was complaining about my lack of energy and my inability to run. I think I'm walking. I'm walking every day and lifting. I'm debating on whether to start jogging again.
All right. Swim before jog.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have access to a swimming pool like a YMCA or something?
Not as far as time goes, because I also work full time.
Okay. You will get more out of swimming than you will out of running.
Okay.
The water will wipe away the garbage you absorbed from the kids.
Mm-hmm.
The full body exercise combined with your weight training will make your weight training more effective and you'll build muscle faster. Being away from the kids for 1 hour, if you can get to the gym, you can get to someplace else. It's a matter of learning to carve time out. Okay. I know you really don't have help, but if you can swim 1 day a week and just regular walk, it will be far more beneficial to you.
Yeah, again, I'm not trying to argue for limitations. My weights are at home, and I only get a window of about 2 to 3 hours twice a week for me. And quite frankly, most of that either I'm cleaning or I'm just exhausted.
Well, the exhausted to the cleaning to the mom duties has put you into martyred state. Okay?
Still martyr.
It's the inevitability with two challenging children,
Mm-hmm.
and a husband that's not a partner that's not really there, ex-partner.
Yeah.
So for your 15-year-old right now, there's very little you can do for him unless you're going to start doing the things that motivated mothers with autistic children who are nonverbal to start doing with him. Which is getting him to work with the iPad with you, getting him to work with the technology with you. There's a whole different way to learn to communicate to him. Okay? If you're not going to invest in that, he's going to stay in his room. And the only thing you're going to ask is to have him to come out for dinner and eat in front of you and just you talk at him for that time. Okay? Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to say anything back, even if he can't. It doesn't matter. His presence is there and focused on you. Because he does understand what you're saying. You can go back and doing what you're doing. Is he rigid with his schedule?
He doesn't like change. Yeah, he doesn't like change.
Rigid. Okay?
It is.
So if you know from the hours of 9:30 in the morning to 11:30, no matter what, he's doing whatever his schedule is, whatever his thing he wants. Okay?
Yeah.
You go and exercise. Okay? You can carve out more time. I'm trying to point this out to you. But you're so hyper vigilant and over aware of every little fart the kids do, you overreact to everything to not give yourself time. And you put yourself in worry state.
Yeah, it's difficult. If I take my eyes off him too long, damage. I mean, he's broken out. He's pushed out. He'll push out his screens, jump out of the window. He's run into people's houses. He's broken windows in the house. He's very destructive. So to find
it's because he has no outlet.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to create the outlet.
So I'm trying to find the balance between hypervigilance and safety.
Okay, hypervigilance will only put you into self-destruction. It will not benefit you. You really have to process those words long term.
Okay.
Maybe you need to get a camera and start monitoring him.
Okay.
You wouldn't be the first mother with special needs children that does that. In fact, there are thousands of them.
I see.
Put bars on his window.
Yeah, I have them bolted shut right now.
Okay.
All the windows are bolted shut.
All right. You got to find new activities for him to get into that rigid schedule.
Okay.
Now let's switch to the 13-year-old.
Okay.
Why do you think he's experiencing suicidal energies as the mother who's overvigilant?
Because he had me and my ex as parents, and observing and absorbing our behaviors and our responses over time.
And what are his level of special needs?
He has autism, ADHD, and anxiety. He was just re-diagnosed.
Okay, what kind of meds is he on?
He takes one called guanfacine, and I supplement vitamins, minerals, fiber, probiotics.
Okay. Does he take his pills, or is he ornery about them?
Both of my children don't take pills. I put them in shot glasses in the morning. I line up shot glasses, open up the capsules, crush the pills, mix water, and give them in a dosing syringe.
All right. So do your doctors know this?
Yes.
Okay. And they're recommending that?
They're just concerned about the medication getting into them.
Yes. I'm going to tell you something that is probably counter to all of your wisdom. They need to learn to start taking pills.
Okay.
Pills have time release in them. And if you're pushing everything into one thing, you are overloading their livers immediately. And they are actually absorbing far less by the method that you're doing right now. Okay. You can start Googling crushed pills, multiple pills, what it really means, time release pills, and you can educate yourself on it. You need to get them into a pill process.
Okay.
And the next thing here is that child that has autism and suicidal energies, what does he do for his own social time? What's he doing? Is he on the computer?
I have him. Yeah, he wants the screens. The screens are always a battle. I'm trying to give him to pour his energy into things that give back to him. He's in a musical tonight. I have him in theater camp in the summer. He's in karate. I'm trying to get him to be interested in learning a musical instrument. I'm trying to manifest the funds to get him music lessons.
Okay. Is he you said he's fully verbal?
Yes.
Okay. Languages. Okay. Languages will be far better for him. The language camps where they go immerse and speak Spanish, online work. The two of you can start practicing languaging together and start talking about traveling with him. Even if you don't have the funds to do it, it's okay. Get him to use that screen time to incorporate looking at Japan, China, Africa, and, all the different places on the world. Okay. Okay. Have him try to learn a language, Spanish, German, French, something else. Okay. Something you can do with him. You're never really going to be able to undo what was the past, but you can help start breaking it down.
Yeah.
Would he be open to having people do actual body work on him, massage?
I honestly don't know. It hasn't been something it hasn't been an option as of yet. I'm still working on trying to get additional funding.
Okay.
I'd like for the 15-year-old, not to jump subjects, but it is my intention to get the 15-year-old to learn how to speak with a letterboard. I just need to come up with the money to hire someone to do it.
Okay. They don't have those pre-built into iPads?
Spelling to Communicate. It's a special Spelling to Communicate is You need a certified teacher to do it. I had him in it for about a year, and then the divorce happened, and I ran out of money. But I'm starting to learn the system and how to get funds. It's been a little tricky, but I'm learning, and I'm hoping that will be an option. So I have a chiropractor, but he doesn't seem to. He's not that skilled with them.
No, for the 13-year-old, you need somebody that does deep tissue, a regular massage person who's got a decent quality business that knows how to do deep tissue. Okay. When people reach suicidal frequency, they are as tense as high tension wires. And if you can't break the high tension wires out of him, it will just amplify those feelings no matter what meds are in him. Okay. You could also find a class and learn it for yourself if he will let you do that. Okay.
Yeah, there comes a point
where you can't, or there comes a point where you cannot do it yourself all the time. Okay. It's worthwhile to invest into one massage treatment and go and find somebody and say, I have a child, he's autistic, he's never had a massage before, he's extremely tense, and just see what happens. Okay, just see what happens. If he's open to it or not. What are the side effects afterwards? Oh, suddenly he can move around a little bit more. Okay. And then the other thing is, you need to start taking more care of yourself. There literally is nothing more that you can do. And in fact, you're doing so much, you should be doing less, but you're not going to let that happen right now. You are stuck in martyr mode. You are stuck in overvigilant mode. And until you break those modes, you are not going to see the potentials that you have daily for new self-care methods for yourself that don't cost anything, that are just effort and time.
Okay.
That's more, you right now is more important than advanced mothering the kids. If you break down, who takes care of the kids?
Yeah, that's already happened.
If you get ill, who takes care of you?
No one.
No one. And that has to be a part of your makeup every day now. Moving forward, if I don't take care of myself, who will take care of my kids? That's how you beat the martyr inside you. There's the truth. No one. Those kids will go to the state or to the father, and the father will ignore them, right?
Yes, he does, yeah.
Okay. Or maybe the father will just send the kids to the state if you pass away. You don't know what he'll do. So you need to start taking care of yourself.
Okay.
That's the biggest advice of what our conversation for today is. You have to take care of yourself.
Thought I was doing pretty well, considering.
You've burned yourself out. The candle is burnt at both ends. There's no more candle left to burn.
I could find a way to retire, that might help.
What job are you doing?
I'm a public school teacher.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
How far is your commute?
An hour to and an hour back every day.
Where are you living?
Where do I live? I live in southern New Jersey near Philadelphia.
Oof.
Oof.
Who watches the kids when you're at work?
I do, but they go to school, and I pay a babysitter, another autism mom. And yeah, she's the only friend I have. She's amazing. She comes in the morning and comes in the afternoon to help me. And I'm just starting to get a little bit of funding from the state to help supplement with that.
Okay. This is not the time to change jobs. Okay.
No, it's not.
And how much longer till your retirement?
That's a great question. I think I have 5 more years until I can retire, but I think in 4 years, the school is going to probably try to send my 15-year-old out, although technically I might have to fight that because they can be in school till they're 21.
Yeah.
And even if I fully retire, I think if I can fully retire, I'll have enough to continue paying the mortgage on the house, keep a roof over their head, and keep some kind of medical insurance for them.
Right, which is the challenge you're facing, which is the worry and overvigilance because you don't want them to get injured, to have yourself more copays and more doctor's visits that you have to leave work for.
Yeah, that's work's been an issue about that. Yeah, and I know they want me to retire. Yeah, a lot of things have happened in the last year or two to let me know they really want me. I'm only 53, but I'm one of the oldest teachers in the building.
Sure, and they're going to replace
They can
you with
hire two
somebody
young people for the price of me.
Well,
I
then
get it.
ask them what your severance is going to be.
I've already worked that out. At this point, it wouldn't be enough unless I learn the system and if I could figure out how to get more financial assistance.
You have a union rep, right?
Yeah, but they don't really help, especially with I was suspended last year for 3 months because a student in my classroom, a bully, tried to pull a chair out from under another student, and I put my hand on it so the kid wouldn't fall. But when I reported the bully made up a story that I grabbed her wrist and squeezed it, and they thought, "Oh, great opportunity to get her out of here." So I got suspended and investigated.
Yep.
And but I'm still there.
All right. My advice, whether these union reps are good or not, let's go and sit and start making a regular conversation with one and see if they can negotiate a severance that's actually worthwhile for you. And what the severance might be is you leave, they give you a severance, but you come back part-time. There are a lot of teachers that are coming out of retirement now because the new people are hired are so ridiculously ingrained into the woke that it's starting to cause lawsuits in the schools all over the country.
We had our school district's going through one. We had a student take her life inside the school a few years ago.
So work with
your
union
the climate rep. There hasn't gotten better though. So
and it's not going to.
Yeah, it's not going to.
Not going to. It hasn't hit rock bottom yet. Okay? Mm-hmm. As I said, my advice is talk with your union rep. Okay. And that's something else you can think of. You transition out of teaching and work for the union. Okay? You have more than enough experience to work in any level of the teachers union, probably get paid significantly more. I know all this because my oldest brother, his wife has been a teacher and has gone through everything you're saying, okay, and discovered how bad the unions were ran, except it was because the teachers weren't using the unions the right way. The teachers were dictating to the unions to do something the unions weren't set up to do. Okay? And it's like that all over the country. Unions are not meant to be activist groups. They're meant to be pro-employee. And when all the money is spent on when all the union money is spent on activism money, there's no money left for the teachers.
Yeah, the unions definitely changed over the years. They don't support like they used to.
Sure. So look into a union job. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you might be a union rep for 4 schools and you don't have a giant traveling anymore. You might be able to do 2 days a week at home.
What about retiring and being a substitute locally in my neighborhood, in my town?
Is it financially worthwhile as a substitute price?
Maybe in a few years, but not right now.
Not right now. Okay?
Yeah.
So what about working for any of the outside tutoring schools? Sylvan Learning Center, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm health and phys ed. That's why I have some limitations there.
You have some limitations there.
They don't want a health teacher. They want academics. They want math. They want literacy. Mm-hmm. And I'm health and phys ed.
Yeah. Which puts you in a very limited situation where the only other places you might be able to work is at like a daycare center where you oversee health and physical education with daycaring. And it might be you do 1 day at this daycare, 1 day at that daycare, or places where they watch children after school, which again puts you in a limited situation with the types of skill sets you have.
And without the benefits, yeah.
Without the benefits. Okay.
So I'm trying to stay at peace and just figure out.
Let me help you here. You dropped Peacekeeper, Peacemaker before. You dropped a number of other things that I just have to tell you. Those are your Fox News propaganda lines.
Okay.
And I really want you to process those words. You have a variety of propaganda words you just agree with and never question. Okay? You need to start questioning your propaganda and the core and root of it, because it's what's keeping you trapped in martyrism and not seeing the options that you can have. Or new ways of thinking, new ways of self-recovery. You are locked into a rigid schedule that gives you no real time for you other than your working out time. That is not sustainable.
Yeah, opening up and trying to find new options is exhausting.
No, you need to give to yourself first before you can even see those new options. That's cart before the horse. You need extended time and personal self-recovery so that your deep reserves are refilled. Right now, all of your reserve energy centers are empty. Okay? You have no more reserve energy.
No.
You need to refill those. All right, darling, I got to let you go. I got to get on to the next caller.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Good talking to you.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go to Mate. Signal to unmute. Mate, are you there? Mate, going once. Going twice. All right, Joel, let's give Sarah a signal to unmute.
Andrew, how are you
Hello.
today?
Good. How are you doing today?
Oh, lovely today. What's good in your world?
It's cool today. It's not 102 degrees with 100% humidity like it's been for the last 6 days.
Awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. That's
Okay.
beautiful.
It is like just
Yes.
going outside to have a cigarette. It's like walking into a sauna, and your clothes just get wet and damp, and then you come into the air conditioner and your clothes are wet and damp. It was miserable the last 6 days.
I lived in Texas for 2 years, and I understand that. What is this wet blanket I am walking into? Wow.
Yeah.
That's no fun. Glad to hear it's clearing up. All the weather
well, it's
everywhere.
It's all right. It's going to be back to hot on Saturday or Sunday, I think. And this has been the summer without a summer. It's like I was talking to my mom. We back in, I think, 1994, 95, I'd already graduated high school, and we had 19 consecutive weekends that it rained, heavy rain. Okay. It has not been consecutive weekends of raining, but our spring was cold. And we had like little bouts of frost and snow, which delayed our planting season. And then the rain came while it was cold. So it was just cold rain. And then it switched to 100-degree weather. And it has been this battle between 100-degree, 100% humidity, and the storms that come with it, followed by one day in the 70s, but still high humidity, followed back by the high heat. Like the trees are even growing weird. The plants are growing weird. Okay, the cat doesn't want to go outside. So this has been the summer without a summer.
Got it. Oh, man. So, yeah. Fire ceremony, not such a priority.
Nope, I'm not going out and cooking myself more because the air conditioner turns on at 9:30 in the morning because the heat retains all night long.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't go below like 87, 88 in the night.
Oh, incredible. Yeah, I have lived under
Yeah,
that too. Miserable. Just
yeah.
miserable. It's
So fire ceremony? Nope. I'm gonna put
no.
on a YouTube video of a fire in the background.
Right, right. Maybe I'll light a tea light.
Exactly. I'm gonna do Saint Air Conditioner as my new fire. I'm worshiping the ice spirits.
It sounds good. Sounds good. Being creative, yeah?
Yeah,
That's the
well,
way.
as creative as I can. I mean, I still have the challenges doing a full-time job, et cetera, and taking care of myself.
Yeah,
You
how
know,
are you doing? How are you feeling these days
good.
with everything going on?
Back in June, I had I got diarrhea on a late Wednesday night, and I woke up Thursday and I had diarrhea that has white foam in it, and I didn't really think about it. I just thought I ate something bad, and then Friday I had it again, diarrhea again with this white foam in it, and then I woke up Saturday morning and my pee was extremely dark, and I'm like, "There's blood in that." Okay.
Oh no.
And I had a
Okay.
bout of indigestion with the diarrhea, something I didn't really think about it. 2 days, no big deal. And I decided, like, I'm going to go into the walk-in clinic. I go to the walk-in clinic. They take a pee sample. The doctor looks at that and goes, "Oh my God, you're going to be staying here tonight."
Okay.
They end up doing an MRI. I ended up having gallbladder stones stuck in a bile duct. They sent me to the main campus, where 2 days later they took out the gallstones and put a stent in me. And then 2 days later, they did a laparoscopic removal of my gallbladder. So I spent 4.5 days in the hospital. Honestly, it wasn't that hard. The surgery was easy to recover from, but it fucked my schedule up.
Oh, sure.
So now it's do this, and I'm under a thing where I can't lift anything over 10 pounds for 6 weeks. So all the things that I had planned, all the outside stuff that I wanted to do, even though it's blatantly blazing hot, can't do any of that. So right now it's just been catch up. I mean, it was the surgery. I was up and walking right after the surgery. Like, the laparoscopy is really easy to recover from. I have 5 2-inch incisions spread around my belly chest area,
Yeah.
and that's it. The hardest part was sitting up and sitting down, or taking a dump in the middle, and not pushing too hard. And that was just for the first week. And after that, it kind of faded to the point it completely went away. There was only 2 days that I really needed pain pills. And the rest of them, I just put the pain pills aside. I didn't need them.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so that was in June, yeah?
Yeah, it's the second week in June, yeah.
Yeah, about May, June, I had a gallbladder attack myself, and that was like, I was seriously scared. I didn't have the intensity that you did, my dear. But
Listen, the intensity was not bad. It was the colored urine that made me worry. I actually didn't think I was even having a gallbladder attack. Okay, it was only when afterwards, when they went in there and they did the second part of the surgery. They explored the inside of the gallbladder, and they said I had some moderate scarring, meaning I had experienced this before. And I look back at years later, once or twice a year, I would have this burp, 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 burp. Everything I ate, it would create a burp, 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 burp. And that was the gallbladder attack. Okay, that was the stones entering the bile ducts. And they would go away in 4 or 5 hours. I just thought I was having indigestion.
How about that?
Yeah. And only with hindsight now did I realize it. And there are other people that their pain levels are, through the roof, as if they've been hit by a lightning storm of pain. I just thought it was indigestion.
So you just had no idea, just thought it was indigestion, and then it's just bam. Well, good thing that we have that.
Yep.
That we've evolved to the laparoscopy. What a blessing.
Yeah, it used to be like 4 and 5 month recovery to get your gallbladder out.
Yeah. And then, so what are your new restrictions on your diet?
None. There's no restrictions whatsoever on my diet,
BS.
other than the first.
BS. There's got to be some.
No. The doctor said no restrictions, other than the first week to 10 days. Don't eat big meals. That was it.
Okay. Now I'm stepping back to my column bullshit because this is you we're talking about,
Mhm.
and your gallbladder supplies, you know, well, it doesn't supply, but it stores your bile that helps you with your digestion.
Yeah. But
And
your
what
liver also produces a bile too.
so
Actually,
okay, well, if you don't
functionally,
want to
we
have any
do.
restrictions,
Listen,
you don't
no,
have
hold
any
on.
restrictions. But
Functionally, we do the gallbladder does nothing for us because we're not hunter gatherers anymore. We don't need a massive reserve of bile to digest because we're binging and starving.
okay, that makes sense.
Okay? We're not binging
Hmm.
and starving. We're not hunter gathering. We're not going through winters with whatever stored foods and limitations that we have. We're not eating green things right off the vine. Okay? We don't need the bile for that. Now, energetically, have I felt the difference without a gallbladder? Hell
Yeah,
yes. I feel better. I feel
that's
better.
interesting. Well, I'm
Okay.
glad to hear that.
Okay.
That's super awesome.
Now, I went and looked at all the different, people about post gallbladder surgery, do this, do this. And to me, most of them were just extremists. Okay. Promoting their way as the only way. Okay. And then I
Yeah.
looked at so many other people that were the middle of the path. No, your diet should be fine. If you're going to have a gluten thing, it's not because of your gallbladder. If you're gluten insensitive, if you're going to have any of these other things going wrong with your gut, it's not your gallbladder that's causing it. It's parasites, it's candida, so on and so forth. All the other things that I talk about. So yeah, no diet change. Did I give myself a diet change? No, I listened to what they said the first 7 days, not having big meals. Okay, I just had a salad, a burger, or some pasta. I ate relatively a little less than what I normally eat. Okay, normally I'm 2 days a week. I give myself scrambled eggs or something else in the morning because I don't like to have eggs every day. I'd rather reserve them. Sometimes I have my eggs at night. I have a smaller meal at night or my dinner because sometimes my dinner is at 5:30 and other times it's at 8:30, depending on my schedule. You're muted. I gave you a signal to unmute, Sarah.
Oh, there we are. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you. Yep, I
yeah,
swiped something and muted.
it's okay.
So
Shit
well,
happens.
good. So then, are you noticing anything physically with your, any changes in your digestion at all? Or
None whatsoever.
good, good, good,
None
good, good.
whatsoever. I
Well, super.
generally have a digestive enzyme before every meal. There are times I miss it. So let's say 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, 21. I probably have 15 of those. I will have a digestive enzyme with, so I'm fine. I 2 years ago I got a bidet. It's just a toilet seat replacement, so
Yeah,
it's a little squirter. Life
yeah.
changer, absolute fucking life changer.
Mm-hmm.
No more hard shits that tear you up in the middle of the morning or whatever is going on. It's far easier to clean yourself up, far more
Yeah.
sanitary. Okay, the best $80 I ever spent.
And when
So
was the last
every
time?
toilet in the house has one on it now.
Good for you. Good for you. I was going to ask you, when was the last time you did a colonic?
February.
February?
Yeah,
Right on.
February. I did two. I did one week, and I got some stuff out, and it looked like a little bit of candida, but in fact, it was probably just my gallbladder foaming stuff up, which I look
Yeah.
back on. And the second one I did, they're like, "You're fine. Yeah, you're fine."
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I didn't need to do a whole line of them. I didn't need to do any significant cleansing. I don't like fasting for no particular reason. for me, this is the unique part of me. If I'm going to fast, there has to be a reason with the spirituality and joy into it. So let's say I'm going to go do a 2-day fast. Well, I'm going to engage 2 days of heavy prayer. Me finding time for that, tough. Okay.
Yeah, especially right now because you got August coming up.
Yep, I got that coming up, and then I have, I'm actually running 2 businesses.
Right, because then you have your sessions that you do daily, and then you have your podcasts that you're doing.
Right,
So,
and then the clinic in London. Yeah, I talk with Laura and them every day. Okay,
how are they all doing? How's that clinic?
they're
coming
doing
along?
great. They got a great location inside of a high level golf course. They got that almost a year ago. Things are looking up for them. Their marketing is hitting on point. They're starting to get lots of clients moving in, and it's just right now it's building a business.
Fantastic. And are they still feeling the rush and the excitement when they go in each day?
Yeah, oh yeah. Everything's a whole new
Fantastic.
levels of experience for them.
And let me ask you, I don't know because I haven't heard Maddie's name in quite a while. Is he still with everybody?
So Maddie's around in the background. He had some life challenges going on with his own family that required him to take care of that before he was able to work with us on the other end. He's a part of my mentorship classes. And once he finishes taking care of his family issues, it'll matter if he can, he had some financial troubles also, but it's him working back into it.
Beautiful. Oh, good. Oh, really good. I'm glad to hear
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and I see David and Amy.
They're still doing their show. Everybody's doing their thing. Okay? We all talk, get to go on with each other. When you run companies like this, it's not just one company. David has his own company. We have our crossover, and it's how we all work together in the background that no one sees. Okay.
Yeah.
One of my things is eventually I'm going to transition out of doing this type of work and do educational work for people who want to become speakers and coaching for people who want to open their companies and businesses. I'd like to make a transition to that. It's not going to be, in the next 5 years. I thought about 2 years ago of it. So I'm starting to work towards building up that type of clientele. And, so it's a matter of planning for my future. I just turned 52, so I've got time before I retire, but I'm going to plan now.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, absolutely.
And I've been broadcasting now since 2012. So 12, 14 years going on 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's been a long haul. So are you noticing with all the chaos that we're experiencing on our planet that what are you experiencing? What are you experiencing with all the chaos?
I'm in the thick of the popcorn field. Get out your popcorn and watch.
Okay.
And then I'm not trying to obsess about it. Okay. So Joel and I and the Dirty Casuals, on our Friday nights, we do our Loosh report. And then regularly, throughout the week, we're all in our WhatsApp group, sharing this, sharing that. And then we all take breaks from it because it's too much or you just go in a different direction. But we're all still looking in our own way. So everybody has an awareness. And as for the chaos, it's going to get a lot worse. Okay? By the time we reach Thanksgiving this year, which is the 1-year anniversary of Trump taking office, and they really start working towards the midterms, you think it's harsh now, you'll look back and go, holy fuck, did it increase 50-fold? Okay? And now if people know that, prepare for it. Prepare to say, all right, I can put the popcorn down. I don't need to watch anything anymore. Okay? If something bad really happens, somebody in the world will text me to turn on the TV.
Okay, or you will have a sensation that tells you, go turn on the TV.
Or I'll send you guys an email, emergency broadcast. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a laugh with Joel, my producer there. When Trump got shot, he was taking a nap, and now it's the joke. Every time he goes to take a nap, something big happens.
Ah,
Yeah. So we're
don't
like,
take a
Joel,
nap,
go take a
Joel.
nap. Yeah, Joel, go take a nap.
Yeah, my kids are just like, things are at least happening. It's not
No,
this
they're
like
not
silent
happening. No,
stagnation. We're at least
reality is
starting.
right. We are not happening. It just looks like it. Okay. The deep state, it has lost power, but it has not lost its ability to manipulate power in the wheels of power. Okay.
Oh, it's
It
just
got
getting really
Trump.
cute though.
It got Trump into the Israel war, and somehow Teflon Don got his ass out of it. Okay.
Bless
Now
your
we have
heart.
the Epstein things. Teflon Don's
Lord.
taking shots for the Teflon now because he's taking it personally. Okay, he did not campaign on Epstein. That was us, people who were the supporters forcing him to say yes to that. Okay, he wanted Russia, the 2020, the election steal, blah blah, all that other stuff. That's what he wanted to do. That's being derailed now, and I can understand why he's saying, but I still want the Epstein files released. If we let up the pressure now, the last 4 years of shut up stupid by the Democrats, you're a racist, is just continuing.
So how do you feel that the Epstein and the Diddy thing combine?
Oh, that's total game. Maureen Comey, the Comey's daughter, was in charge of the Diddy case, the Epstein case, and all those other things. She just got fired. Okay.
Well,
the
a
deep
little
state
late
has
now,
a
isn't it?
deep.
Because they already.
It was yesterday they fired her.
But they already let him off on 2 and said, yeah.
Sure. But what the big thing is he'll probably get 9 years and out in 5. Now, can they prosecute him on other charges? They can, but he still could experience double jeopardy on the ones they did charge him for.
Why
so
is
the
that?
big charges that got hung or acquitted, they're gone. Okay, and that's the game the deep state played.
Yeah.
Okay, I have friends that live in D.C. Remember when the 200 special edicts came out by Trump and everybody was trying to sell their D.C. properties? No one's buying D.C. houses. Okay, no one. Okay, construction companies are working their ass off trying to upgrade, and they're overpriced pieces of garbage in a neighborhood that's full of drug abused, homeless people, and your Congress and Senate who are corrupt as fuck. No one wants to live there.
Just stepping over them when they go in. Yep.
Right. Okay. So there's a lot of very happy government employees who may have got their big severance, whatever it is, but they're now finding themselves having to take significant losses to leave and restart their life.
Okay, so little bits are happening.
But we're actually still not moving forward.
Not yet. No.
Let me explain why. Every time Trump takes a step forward and the base follows him, the Democrats try to do these gotcha questions, and they're not working. But every time the momentum starts, Israel will do something. Ukraine will do something. South Africa will do something that delays the forward movement. The Congress passed a big, beautiful bill, which should have never been passed. The very first thing that Trump should have put forward as his agenda was line item veto. So the deep state can no longer put these riders in the bill anymore, but he knows it will not pass. And until people are actually arrested, put on trial, done the perp walks, and we see it regularly, we are not moving forward.
Okay, well, thanks for telling me that's where your line of demarcation is.
Sure.
Do you see that happening? Or do you see that?
Not this year. Not this year.
Well,
they've said they're investigating Brennan and Comey, but the statute of limitations will pretty much keep Brennan and Comey completely out of everything because the statute of limitations is 5 years or 7 years on certain crimes. Okay. So nothing's going to happen. And a investigation usually takes 18 months. And that means they need to have a DOJ representative working with them that entire 18 months so that they can take it to trial, which might be another 10 months. So you're looking at two. So the moment they say it'll be 2 years really before you see anything done within those constraints of the law. So that really means it's not going to be until Trump's third year term we see these trials and the perp walks happen.
Got you.
Okay? The reality of how
DOJ
slow law works. So yeah, there we are. Now, what can make us move forward? Grassroots movement, grassroots support that influenced the base, that gave the mandate to say, go this direction, do these things, show me the money. Okay? Okay, all of the stuff from Doge, none of it has been codified, which means all of the money that was taken away is starting to be given back to those programs.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed is that it's like dad comes in, says your room's a freaking mess and I'm cleaning it up for you because I told you and you didn't.
Right.
And so now he's dumping over all the baskets.
Oh no. And dad does a half-assed job of cleaning it. Okay, and walks out. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So he's dumping over the baskets and then we all go, wait. That's my favorite dolly. That's my favorite dolly. Okay, so what do you want to do with the favorite dolly? Well, I want to take care of it now. Okay, so where's it belong? Up on the shelf. Okay. And then, now he's taken off again. Absolutely. I see what you're saying. But is it he's taken off or is he getting derailed?
No, he's getting derailed because the Congress is feckless, bought out, corrupt motherfuckers.
Is the DOJ, I can't get a read on the DOJ. And
all right, Supreme Court first thing first, the DOJ is when you have a bunch of lawyers work for a big organization, you have unique personalities battling each other for control of power. And it wouldn't matter who's in charge. That's the nature of the culture in the DOJ. Yes. So once you reach a certain level of power, you have your deputy secretary, your person under you, and you probably oversee 3, 4, or 5 cases with 30 people under you. There are 350 people that are like that in the DOJ that oversee 12,000 cases. And every case can make your career, which could elevate you to a level where you could become a cabinet member or run for Congress. Okay, the DOJ got gutted, by Pam Bondi, and rightfully so. And the people that they rehired, who were previous prosecutors, who were previous thing, are now coming into this ingrained, competitive, cutthroat culture.
Okay.
And many of them are extreme loyalists to the deep state. Okay?
That's the twist. Okay.
Culture. And the same thing goes for every cabinet. It's not just DOD. It's not just that. It's Department of Defense. It's NP. It's every one of them has that exact same internal setup.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have the intelligence agencies, even though, Tulsi Gabbard's running them, who just are cutting her out and not telling her what's going on in the secret programs.
Yeah. I was watching a video of her speaking the other day, and she just seemed to really be saying a whole lot of nothing at that time.
Oh no, she actually said a lot. She said they're fighting back. No other DNI has ever said that before. Okay? There are a lot of significance in her words, but she ended that speech. If we do not put more resources, time, and effort into this, their fight back will only get stronger and stronger. Meaning, more than likely, she is putting together the presidential kill list every week and sending it to the president of the people around the world that need to be knocked off. And this is not the first president that does. Every president since Reagan has been doing this. Has a kill list that's put together every week that they approve. And Obama killed the most of them, of all the presidents.
Okay, yeah. I'm fine with that knowledge.
These are the bad people who deserve it.
I get you. I'm with you. I used to think of that when I was a little person, that, instead of all this mayhem with all the grandmas and babies getting taken out, you got a problem with that leader over there, just walk in there and take the problem out itself. Put the two of you in a boxing ring, or just take them out. But it makes sense.
Here's a little bit of good wisdom. Okay. Tom Holman at ICE is doing a fabulous job where he's changing up the way he does all of his different raids. So one is not the exact same as another. You never know where he's going to hit. If he's going to be in Chicago in one day, Texas one day, disappear for 4 days and have no operations, and suddenly show up in the Pacific Northwest going after illegal pot farms in the mountains. You never know where he's going to hit. Trump called up the National Guard, called up the Army as soon as the riots started. That immediately ended everything that was going to be for the No Kings mass rallies were going on. That fell apart. And the majority of the rent-a rioters, the companies that run them, are now telling the political people, we're turning your contracts down because it will only hurt our corporations because they do not work. Okay? So really, we have a major victory there.
That's kind of cool.
Okay, that's kind of cool. The first time the paid provocateurs really isn't working, and they publicly talk about it. And by Trump calling them up immediately and then sending the ICE agents and feds to arrest the people that were in Portland and Seattle that were doing their things, they started taking out these little cabals, and the FBI is starting to net people secretly secret's wrong. The news doesn't know, but thousands of people have been arrested on various charges connected with BLM and the various other groups because they're monitoring them online. Okay?
Okay,
and
so
preventing things.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So my misread on Gabbard is that I've just, even though I admire her and her military experience, I completely forgot about it. What she's employing a strategy.
Employing a strategy. She went to Turning Points USA to make a point that they're fighting back. They've never had to fight back before.
Oh yeah, no, everybody's been so bent over. There's no way but to take it, and now things have changed. So
we can only imagine from what she knows of how the agencies are supposed to share information with her or not. Because I'm guarantee you, she's in the background firing and managing all these people that are hiding information from the president, which is she's the one that gives all the reads, oversees the material and intelligence. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if you could give me a quick and dirty on the whole Tom Bongino little.
Oh, I have flip-flopped on this from the moment that it happened. And I think I fell for one of the plays that was going on. Okay.
Yeah.
They set Trump up and their organization to fail like this.
The deep state you're talking.
The deep state. So you hear about term limits, stopping the Congress and senators from having terms so that they don't have these long careers.
Yes, it should be. This is just ridiculous.
No, there's something else to know. The staff is the deep state. Every senator in Congress, the staff is deep state.
They're the handlers.
And unless the staff is turned over to, there is no change. All those riders in the bill guess what? Are put in by staff, and the senators and congressmen don't know. Okay? Bondi was set up by her staff, told a set of information, and because she wants to be on the ticket of president with J.D. Vance, she went out and did all those public appearances without full understanding from Kash Patel or Bongino, because what is in those files is not what we, the base, are looking for. They keep saying list. The FBI and the DOJ have maybe 10% of the picture. And what's there, a lot of it is a honeypot to get them to go after other people, not the real people that should be gone after, which are the intelligence agencies that made this guy who he is. Okay, the the CIA, the DoD, the NSA, the Mossad,
Yep.
MI6,
All those
okay,
guys, yeah.
Pakistani
Okay.
intelligence, so on and so forth.
Oh,
That's the real story.
it's
Okay,
like
and
they're
then the
pulling the
next thing
veil
is
back.
the list you're talking about. So Pam Bondi was under the understanding what was on her desk was everything, but in fact, it was never everything because 95% of everything is under court sealed by judges. And until the judges unseal the evidence, nothing's going to happen. There's no files to be ever had.
Yep.
So the play was to get Bondi to overreact. The binders, all that stuff was her staff setting that up. And her going, great, it's going to look good. And now eggs all over everyone's face.
God, I didn't think, bless your heart. You think I think I would have caught that with enough movies that I've seen. But no, that makes so much sense. I did not consider that.
Okay.
Still,
and
that that's why trust my government.
You cannot just fire everyone in the government and start over. It'll cease to function.
Well, okay, maybe yes for a little bit.
Listen, people need their Social Security, people need their surgeries, people need their Medicare and Medicaid. Those systems are not automated and never will be automated until they get them out of the 1950s of technology.
Yeah, I looked at my calendar the other day and it said 2025. I'm still in awe with where we're at and not yet at, especially
most governments are still running Windows 7.
Stop it.
No. Or some other modified version of Windows 7 or Windows XP.
And why is that?
Because they're morons that hire outside contractors that know that no one will really oversee them. Like one of the Doge things, it was trying to describe how decrepit the internal systems are.
Yeah.
Okay? And they have licenses for modern Windows 11, but they don't have computers that can run them.
Oh, come on.
No. And guess who advised them? All of those technical outside contractors who wanted the next contract and the next contract and the next contract. And that's been going on in the bureaucracy for decades and decades and decades.
All right. So do you have, in your little musings, have you come up with a solution for that? So that we can still keep getting our necessaries?
Daily practice, spirituality, balanced by entertainment, joy, and happiness, living your life. We are not going to affect the deep state other than when we, as the people that gave the mandate to the president, support the mandate and for them to not veer from the mandate. That's what we can do. Okay, so if that's an X post or a Facebook post, but don't obsess about it. Don't become a super poster. Stay aware, but not entangled to your point where you lose yourself.
Cool.
Do you remember when the whole Save the Kids thing destroyed Facebook?
No, I've never been a Facebook.
Okay, so there was a point where all of a sudden the Save the Kids movement, the 3 million kids Trump raised from the dead, all the millions of kids that were being sex trafficked, that took over Facebook and it destroyed businesses. I know people who were high-level spiritual people, but that's all they post on their thing. Save the kids, save the kids, save the kids. Lost all their clients and have no idea why they lost all their clients. Okay? It literally destroyed careers. It destroyed movements. That is going to reappear, not from the Epstein information, but from a variety of other things like the David Grush stuff or some of the stuff that's coming out about the pyramids that are going on and those high intense imagings that show the big giant pillars that go down 2 kilometers. Okay.
Yes,
people are going to obsess about their little silo of this is the thing I'm paying attention to for this year, and I'm going to obsess about it. And we're going to have a bunch of Save the Kids stuff that's just going to crack people between now and January next year.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep my eyeball peeled for that. That should be entertaining.
And then also, what are you going to do to disconnect? And what is the right amount of connection to stay informed? Find that delicate balance. It's my advice in this next 8 months.
Beautiful. Then I've been doing my homework, because that is what I do. It's, and when I share with my friends and my family, it's about keeping in your own lane. Are you happy today in your very moment? Are you choosing it right now? You have the choice.
Yep.
Do you want to smile right now when you look in the mirror, or are you going to punch the mirror to get it to smile?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Let's smile.
Yeah.
Let's
there are a lot of
laugh.
people, during COVID, and they actually had time off. They actually picked up a practice. And if you remember those calls during COVID, oh my God, that practice worked for me. Everything's working.
Yeah.
As soon as COVID ended, they stopped practicing. And as from a state of a business, there are so many less people practicing now than there have been in the last 13 years, because the information overwhelming everyone is taking them away, because practice means you got to turn off the information overload. Practice means you need to be disciplined. All those things that are the words that I say are not mystical or all choices, they're choosing to obsess about the narrative's world and not the natural world. Okay, so if
And that's
anybody
their
listening
choice.
now, make the transition away from the narrative's world and make the transition some way back to a more natural world living. It doesn't need to be extreme changes, little changes here and there to get your life force back, get your wisdom and creativity back, to see new positions and options that weren't available when all you looked at was the narrative.
That's right. And even if it's 2 minutes, if you were able to sit for just 2 minutes today,
Yes.
that's good. That's 2 minutes. It's under your
Yeah.
belt now. If you
Yeah.
make it 3 tomorrow, or only 1, you're still, that 2 minutes
Exactly.
still counts.
You got to commit. You got to commit to the genre of natural living and how you would begin to incorporate it slowly in your life. And then there are other people, they need a big change. I cannot tell you how many people I see at such the high level of obsession that if they don't walk away from the narrative, their real future is in danger. Real future is in danger.
Well, absolutely. They're energetically magnetizing that to their future.
And then you have all these young kids in the Gen Z and the millennials who grew up on liberal indoctrination. Okay? Many of them are just broken right now. It's broken. Yes. Many of them are becoming radicalized by the various intelligence agencies that know the world is ripe for it and using it to their advantage.
Oh, certainly.
Okay? We just had some 6 or 8 kids in Texas shoot at some cops, and they were all the same thing. Liberal kids that grew up in a liberal college with liberal degrees and can't find a job. All those people with gender study degrees or gender study masters, they cannot find jobs. They're covered in tattoos. They don't know how to interview. They've never had a real job.
And they don't know how to group up and make their own.
Right.
Either. They can bitch and moan. They've got that part.
And
but
many of them are on SSRIs.
Yes, there's a lack of attention, and they don't even know how to share that attention amongst themselves to build each other up.
And then if they go off the SSRIs, right, and then if they go off the SSRIs, they go into withdrawals, and it makes them worse, and they're trapped.
Yes, and the nutrition that's available to them right at this moment, no matter what they're consuming, it's sad, sweetheart. It is.
Okay, the millennials and the Gen Zers. Okay, our audience has a significant switch. We used to be seniors, 40 plus, 65 plus.
Yeah, you had a lot of boomers.
Was 80% of the listeners. Yeah. It's now flipped. It's now millennials and Gen Zers.
I hear
and Gen Xers. Yeah, absolutely. Really, yeah. First time in 13 years of doing it, we've had this big flip. Yeah.
Yes, you've got people coming on here going, I'm in a practice right now, and I'd like to get a tune-up here and run how it's going. That's beautiful. It's beautiful versus
the thing is, many of them have very bad educational YouTube habits or Snapchat habits or TikTok habits. They can't listen to a long form interview and write down notes from it. How many times have you written down your little cool lines or one things that I've said in shows you've done? I've done.
Sweetheart, you've heard me tell you, yes.
I
That's why I'm
know,
taking notes.
but guess
Yes.
what? These
Not every
new
time.
audiences aren't doing that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my
It's
kids
not
don't want to pick up a
ingrained into them
pencil.
to do it.
No, it's not.
Okay? It's not ingrained. And these types of shows, if you don't write down notes, you don't have some form of journaling of your growth, you are in faking it.
I've been checking myself with that because I think, I should be journaling more. But I keep looking back at my journals. I may have a week or so, even a couple weeks that I'll take a break, but I'm back in there. And yes, and when I listen to these shows, I got to write down the time. I'm writing down the timestamp. So when I come back to this and read over that page in 5 years, if I've got access, let me go see that video. Oh, yeah.
And that's how hindsight repays you. How many times have you looked back to your
does.
notebooks and go, oh, yeah? Because it's not in your short-term memory anymore.
And that's part of why you write them down. So that you can enter them into
And
your
what do
record of
SSRIs do? And since a lot of these kids drink while they're on SSRIs, they have no real effective short-term memory, and their programmed ego from the liberal education system that made their ego bigger than the regular consciousness because of the indoctrination will not let them see how bad their short-term memory is.
Oh, yeah. And then couple that with being lack of sunlight. They're getting completely programmed light flashes into their eyes. So that's their food going in that zone.
Okay. Yes, most of them are playing music. The music never ends from the moment they wake up to the moment they sleep. They are actually not living in their body.
Then what's the point of being here on planet Earth?
But that's what the system wanted to be able to be programmed to make transhumanism in the 2030s a reality. That's why they started to have gender affirming surgeries in the 2020s, because they needed to get people to agree with the doctoral surgery changes. And that needed to be a decade-long process of indoctrination. So in the 2030s, it would be much easier to get those things going. That's all falling apart right now.
Yeah, and right now the challenge for me is not to get so pissed off about it.
But
just it is what it is. So how are we going to move forward from this?
It's not we.
It's me as an individual.
It's you.
Absolutely. But then my circle of influence, like you talk about, the one's degree of separation. I finally got a handle on what you mean by what degree of separation are we talking about here. It took me years to figure that one out, Andrew.
Even though I explain it all the time, but it's all right.
Yes, no, seriously, just so to share with everybody else out there, even if you aren't getting it now, you're just hearing it as just words, and even if you look it up in the dictionary and it's still not, just keep at it, because it will one day, it will settle in your body and you'll get it.
Yep.
You'll understand that when you look out, it has to be from you to start.
Right.
And then you can look at somebody else out there.
And there are some pieces of information to me may seem mundane, but to others is too high frequency in the time of life that they're listening to it for it to even be processed.
Oh.
Okay. It doesn't even get in. Okay. Doesn't even get in.
I get it. I bet.
Okay.
Yes, some rays of light just bounce off.
Commitment, the word commitment. There's a bunch of millennials and Gen Zers in the background going, no! Commit to practice? No! And there's a lot of Gen Xers going, no, also, but maybe, no, maybe. And what's worse, a straight no or a no maybe? In my mind, it's the no maybe, because now you are in true indecision. Okay? At least no means no.
At least then you have made a choice.
Right. You're not fence riding.
No maybe of stagnation on the fence. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. I've been paying attention, Andrew. I've been paying attention. Doing my best little bit that I can do each and every day. And some days are good and some days are better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, here's another little tidbit of wisdom.
Okay? Love it.
I've already said between now and January, February next year, it's going to get 20, 50 times worse.
Yeah,
worse.
I don't want to
Okay?
hear that.
The
That's-
pressure, the base not working together, the Democrats trying to reorganize themselves, which they will. It's a matter if they can get a management system that follows management rules. Because right now the management system they have in there is two morons fucking three idiots. Okay. Okay?
Do we cheat them and how?
Exactly. The existing management has no chance at winning anything. Okay, because the system of political contracts, subcontractors and outside contractors will just come in and steamroll over the management systems that are right there, and they need a clear, concise who's in charge of the party, who's in charge of the donor, and when anybody steps out of their little silo, they need to have a hand chopped off metaphorically. Okay? If they can't maintain that, which I think they will, okay? It's just a matter of when. If they can't, the Democrat Party's lost for 30 years. But at the same time, you could have a massive fracture in the Republican Party, and it probably needs it. Okay, this whole little vote we had to release the Epstein files that was brought up Rokana, it was the Republicans that turned it down. And why are the Democrats voting to release Epstein files, knowing full well they're never going to the truth of the what's in the real files that are held by the CIA, the NSA, MI6, and the Mossad? You're never going to get them because all those people are still alive and will be implicated into all of the things that he was doing and the stuff we don't know what he was doing. And it's not just Epstein. There are 100 Epsteins running right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They replaced Epstein. As soon as he got caught, got his first conviction, he was replaced by 10 or 12 others. Okay? And that's the way the intelligence agencies work. And until they're reined in, until there's actual perp walks and people going to jail, potentially truth and reconciliation trials and stuff, until that stuff's a reality and the deep state has truly been dealt broken arms, broken legs, and in a wheelchair, okay, we're still challenged by the powers as they have. And the deep state has oligarchs behind it. Let's say we smash the deep state. We haven't dealt with the oligarchs, have we?
Okay.
The oligarchs have power because they control the deep state. But the oligarchs are also in charge of all the big companies and corporations. They could crash the economy tomorrow if they wanted. They don't need the deep state to do that.
No, they don't.
Okay. Okay. Crashing the economy may not be to their advantage, but the chaos could be. Or it could be death by 10,000 cuts. Okay. Which is what's happening right now. 10,000 cuts.
Yeah. It's the slow bleed.
Sure. But we have antibiotics and Band-Aids.
Yeah. Bless your heart. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I've got my med pack. I'm ready.
Okay, I got my med pack. I took
Med
my
pack
six
for you?
six paper cuts. Okay.
Yep. Oh God, that's awesome. Yeah. And then to couple all of that we see here that's shown to us, we can't help but experience everything that's going on in the cosmos. The sun, the solar flares, the
God, the solar flares have been killing me on sleep.
And then Uranus, this outside planet, Pluto, this outside planet, Saturn, all of these planets have shifted where they haven't been in a long time.
Right.
So the music is changing. It's like when you're listening to a symphony. Things are changing right now.
We have another, I think it is a year or 2 years before we come out of solar minimum and we head to solar maximum. And you think the solar flares are harsh now?
Holy Mary.
Do you remember how bad the solar flares were in 2014?
I remember hearing about them. Yes,
okay.
I remember
let's
going
put it,
outside
let's
and
put
feeling
it
like,
this
why
way.
is my skin burning when I've been in there
2014,
for 12 minutes?
Right. 2014, we had more X-class flares in 1 month than we've had all year in 2024. And sorry, 2024. Okay? In 1 month. We had X-class fairs every other day, sometimes 6 in a day. Okay.
So
Just recently, a massive hole opened up in the sun. This
yeah, I saw
happens on a
that.
regular basis,
Yeah.
and I've nicknamed it the coronal glory hole. Okay.
You would. Yeah, you would, Andrew. You would. Okay.
Who's the phallus and who's the mouth? That's what we got to figure out.
Andrew.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
So are we going to get solar spooge all over us in the dream worlds? Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay, so that's one of the funny things that I'm thinking about because I pay attention to astrological lineups and whatnot, and I go, hey, that makes sense why things are happening. Okay, that's cool. But where things are lining up with the center of the galaxy and, the galactic.
Yeah, but that's been going on since 2014. We've been aligned with the center of the galaxy since 2014.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to...
That's when that whole thing started, the galactic energies and everything. That's 2014 is when that grand cross alignment happened.
Okay, so Mama and Daddy are having a little, get together before they have their expression.
No, this is the conspiracy world and the astrology world and the consciousness world, not truly realizing as humans in this linear time how slow galactic and universal processes are. They've been telling us so for 10 years now, but Beetlejuice is going to blow up any second now.
Oh, I don't listen to that crap.
Okay, but the galactic shit is slow.
Absolutely
it may be another 25 years. Listen, it may be another 25 years before those galactic energies actually make a real difference in our solar system.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask this since, I don't know, earlier in the week. How long ago did you and I hook up to agree for this? Because, I found you right around 2013, 2014. I've been.
When did we agree to have?
How long ago? Yeah, where? How far back did you and I go?
So probably somewhere in the 430,000 BC when I was setting up my next 10,000 lifetimes.
All right.
That's where I would have beginning my higher spirits master chess move to be a part of a soul family member to every member of the drama here on Earth and the other 66 planets, and to making sure that I had lives within each of the negative and positive lineages, so that when I was born, this Andrew at this time with the other potential people that could have been the galactic historian for that unique frequency of time. Yeah. So it would have been around 480,000 years ago, 480,000 BC.
And that was my feeling into that wasn't here on planet Earth. That was elsewhere within.
No, that was here on planet Earth. That would have been
really
before the significant form of the Atlantean government abdicated from Earth and went to other planets because they knew this section of the galaxy was going to be lost. You know how Rome abdicated to Byzantium?
Yes.
Same concept. And Rome fell into darkness, invaded by barbarians, but somehow the Pope survived, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what happened here, too, after 480,000 BC.
Okay, and so that's when you and I had an encounter.
No, it would have been in a massive stadium of people that were a part of making that movement potentially possible. And I wouldn't have been the only one planning 10,000. Everyone in that stadium was doing it, but we had to all learn to work together.
Kind of like your baseball stadium.
Yes, like the baseball stadium, but it's for extreme deep time travel planning and seeding future lines and making sure negative timelines don't destroy our futures.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that feels. Yeah. That makes sense to me.
Cool. All right, darling, I got to let you go. I got to call it an end to the show. It's good talking to you.
Always it's a pleasure, Andrew. You have a good one, honey. We'll talk to you again soon.
Talk to you soon. All right, everybody, we're going to call it the end of the show, but I want to tell you all, you can sign up for the new mentorship class that will begin in the last week of September and will be going for 2 months. Go to my website, andrewbartzis.com, and if you want to get that higher form of education, get yourself dedicated and committed. When you sign up for the mentorship class, you will have 4 2-hour classes with a group of people, and you also have 2 sessions that are built into that with me, so we can help chart your course, plan your future, put yourself on that healing path,